Does your toddler start hitting you when he's angry? Most parents face this situation, and you are not alone here. This video here tells you all about how to tackle this frustrating problem. So watch to the end to learn more. Hey guys, and welcome back to another interesting episode of Promising Parenting Practices. In today's video, we will be talking about 5 things you should do if your child hits you. We all know how frustrating and embarrassing it is to be hit by your child, so let us tackle it together. But before we get into the video, don't forget the thumbs up. Also, make sure to subscribe to our channel and turn on the post notification to not miss out on our future updates. So that's it. Shall we dive right into it? We've all been in this situation, and it may be aggravating, humiliating, and furious to be hit by your child. It causes feelings of humiliation and desperation in some parents. Many parents believe that their child's aggressive behavior towards them is an indication that they have failed as a parent. However, most children hit at some point. How you react to your child striking is crucial to preventing it. However, while this conduct is embarrassing, it is not your fault, and it does not indicate that your child will grow up to be a bully. Deborah Glasser-Schneck, PhD, Director of Family Support Services at the Nova Southeastern University in Fort Lauderdale says, "I call toddlerhood the hitting stage of development because this behavior can be common in children between 1 and 2 years old. Patience and serenity will be your finest allies in the quest to change the child's violent behavior. You must transform this despicable conduct into something far more sympathetic, and let us see what we should do for this." Number 1. Understanding the cause. Pinpointing the cause may be difficult. However, try to understand them. The best time to correct this socially inappropriate conduct is during the infant stage. Stop the infant from biting and striking you right away. However, attempt to comprehend why it is acting aggressively. Most of the time, the child is attempting to communicate with you. He could also try to get the attention of parents who are otherwise occupied. To safeguard their belongings, the child sometimes beat their parents. You may be rearranging his toy box, but he believes you are taking everything away from him. Finally, there are children who punch just to vent their rage. You may take better actions to correct the child once you grasp the fundamental problem. They are just starting to learn, and try to understand the emotions like anger and sadness. Give them time. Patience is the key. Along with trying to understand the cause, try to understand what triggers them. Your child may not hit you every day when you're arranging his toy box. He only does it on particular days. Consider the times when he is very aggressive. Perhaps he will strike you on days when you take away his favorite soft toy and place it in the box. That is the trigger for his action. It is critical to recognize the cause and change the counseling accordingly. Number 2. Divert the attention. Face slapping is a type of experimentation for babies. However, you must not allow them to use you as a punching bag. Instead of being rude, you could offer them another option. When the infant attempts to hit you, give them a hug or a high five. After some practice, you will notice that the infant has ceased striking you. Or give your toddler alternative options. You may strike this pillow, chair, or plush animal. You can take it easier. Show me how to play gently. Offering alternative can-dos that let the child softly play out their hitting, kicking, or biting is the simplest and fastest method to make them feel powerful while keeping everyone safe. And if it's among 2 kids or if it's over a toy, try introducing another toy or a game to break up the stress. The best approach to resolve a fight is to distract kids with a new activity, says Aaron Floyd, PhD, a professional child psychologist in Atlanta. Give it a minute if kids are arguing over a toy to see if they can resolve the dispute on their own. If you can't take turns, I have to take the vehicle away. Remark if it appears like it's going to develop into striking. Also, don't allow your kids to have a toy that he violently grabbed. You're teaching him that being tough won't get him what he wants by having him return it. Number 3. Teach your child empathy. You're hitting and he doesn't like that. It is hurting him. How would you feel if you were the one getting hurt? You're angry and it's not okay to hit people. Would you like getting hit? Tell them what you see and ask them if they would like to be in that situation. A sense of empathy may readily overcome aggressive conduct. So, if your child slaps you in the middle of a game, step away and tell them, "I'm not going to play if you hit me." Children above the age of 2 can comprehend the repercussions of their behavior. As a result, the rules would work. Ask them, How would you feel if I hit you right now? This will make it easier for him to correct his undesirable habits. Number 4, teach appropriate behavior. It is insufficient to just teach them, don't hit. Teach your youngster how to control their rage. When your child is furious, encourage them to read a book, draw a picture, take a deep breath, or retire to their room. Teach your youngster to recognize and express emotions like grief and frustration. Discuss the necessity of coping with these emotions healthily, and assist your kid in developing techniques to manage their emotions securely. You can effectively educate your kid to suppress the sudden urge that causes him to strike you and others if he is beyond the age of 3. You may accomplish this by providing with some alternatives to striking. When he's furious or irritated, have him run around the yard or grab a pillow. If he follows your advice, the situation will be solved. Number 5, never hit your kid. This rather important thing is what you should not do. When you strike against a youngster, you confuse him. You're disciplining him for striking while practicing yourself. You may be angry or embarrassed, prompting you to strike back. However, if your child is naturally aggressive, you should be prepared for such situations. Instead, show them that slapping hurts. Act as though you're crying. Grab his hand and yell, "It hurts." This will remove any understanding. Also, hitting them back will make them wonder why you are allowed to hit them, but they are not allowed to hit back. This might make them angrier and more aggressive. Spanking, rather than teaching self-control, may enhance your child's hostility. Children learn more about conduct by watching you do it than hearing you say it. Model the behaviors you want your child to emulate. Demonstrate to your youngster how to handle anger and disappointment in socially acceptable manners. The main thing you need to know is why kids hit. There are a variety of reasons why children strike their parents. They lash out occasionally because they cannot moderate their emotions and express them in a more socially acceptable manner. They may be unable to express themselves or manage their impulses. They hit without considering the implications or other options for meeting their wants. Hitting can also be used to manipulate the situation. When children are trying to get their way, they may strike. When a youngster slaps his mother because she says no, he may think his hostility would persuade her to alter her decision. Even though hitting is a developmental trait between 1 and 2 years of age, consult a doctor and get professional help if it gets out of hand. If your older kid attacks you, or your preschooler or toddler is particularly violent, get professional help. Discuss your concerns with your child physician. Your physician could recommend your child for an evaluation to determine what's causing the aggressiveness and how to deal with it. Aggression in youngsters is sometimes caused by underlying concerns. Children with ADHD, for example, are more prone to strike. Children with cognitive or developmental impairments may also strike because they cannot communicate or control their impulses. So guys, that's been it for today. What do you do when your toddler hits you? Do you have any effective methods? If so, do share it with us in the comments down below. And before we say goodbye, don't forget the thumbs up. Also, subscribe and turn on the post notification for more parenting tips. Until the next video, goodbye.